Morning. Okay, so let's see. Let's just get ready. Let's get our stuff ready. Boom, boom. Yeah, I think we're chilling. So, let's see what we got going on today. I hate this alert. Um, let's see. I was looking at. I took a look at DAX. I'm not sure about UK though. It's pretty bearish here if we actually look at price, but um, let's start and just look at the higher time frames. I wouldn't like necessarily drawing lower here because of this high resistance. I feel like slightly more likely to react higher of all the cells are getting taken. So I actually like to buy towards this internal right here if we inverse, but it's a lot of bearish POIs. So I would prefer being bullish rather than being bearish towards that draw, to be honest. But we will see. And Asia also, it has a very good hourly inversion here, but we didn't rate that buy side, which really makes me iffy to trade this. So we're probably better off. Maybe if we rate that buy side, we can look at shorts. But DAX is better for buys. Let's look at higher time frame here where we are. We are in this small inversion, so I would potentially expect a reaction over here. We are in this very small inversion, and we can expect some reaction to retrace, especially with this inversion here, gap to gap. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is the setup I was looking at recently. We have these equal highs to be targeting here, and we have that POI as a final draw, but we're definitely looking to target these equal highs. We're just expecting some bullish delivery. We're already retesting and kind of reacting, but we're waiting for London Open. It depends on how volatile London Open is going to be, but right here, this move is our move. It's a really consistent move, and I really think it's gonna happen. So this is what we're mostly looking at. Euro, I still see bearish here, so unless I don't know, we get like a inversion or some shit, I wouldn't like drawing to this low anyways, because this low previously took liquidity, and this is an hourly VG, so I wouldn't really like shorts that much here. But it's just in a place where it's not clear what we're gonna do. Me looking at this range, I see us being bearish, but it's just not something I want to be trading. Let's look at Jew here. Jew, we are in a good higher time frame area. We are in a 4-hour VG, so we can expect a bit of reaction higher. Now the question is, do we have some triggers higher? Do we have something that makes us want to buy here? Because we did have that 4-hour VG. We have a 50-minute here, which we mitigated, and that gets followed up by these bullish gaps right here. So I would say we can actually buy on Geo as well towards this high. Not really more than that, but we're gonna see. So Geo's probably the second potential setup for today. We can definitely be buying. This is a higher low formation. We can definitely be buying here towards this. It's a bit slightly riskier because yeah, we have this 50-minute bearish AVG here. So we're gonna see. Geo's a bit stronger than Euro though, so it's definitely one of our ideas. AU looks pretty bearish here. I would have liked to see some buys, but we see that Asia Open raided all this liquidity, and then it started reacting lower. So it pretty much means we're gonna be drawn lower on here on AU. So I mean, we have buy side liquidity into a 1-hour, 4-hour AVG, and we can look to be drawn lower. We just don't know if I necessarily want to. I'd prefer us reacting over this buy side inversing this and me looking to retarget this highs a bit better than shorting here. So I'm gonna think about a gold. It's just overextended, so we're just gonna skip Nasdaq. We don't want to be trading today. It's very overextended, so we don't want to be trading gold either. Let's look at UJ. UG, I like how it's looking, but the only thing that makes me iffy is that we didn't take this buy side. I would have liked for us to be trading lower of this 50-minute gap here, but we can't really do that, and we cannot really take buys neither because we have a 50-minute VG. So not necessarily, if this gets inverse we can buy, but I would prefer to see something like this, maybe then break, then retest, and then we can look to target these highs. Otherwise, I'm not sure I want to do it. We're gonna watch UG as well. UG has a bit of potential here. Let's just watch DAX. For me, DAX right now is just like no-brainer move towards these highs of the hourly inversion, hourly higher time frame POI, hourly inversion, hourly inverse. So we have a lot of influence to be looking. We have really clear draw. Like this is a very clear draw, very clear idea. We just wanna make sure we time our entry right. But I don't know how the fuck do I change this. Oh, from here. Jur. Okay, we have our Jur. Um, are we? Oh, we are on hourly. So we're gonna look here and see. This can be a really good trade. I'm taking my take profit straight out of here. We're already getting what we wanted. All I wanted was to see this inverse and also a retest, and we're getting the retest. Now all I want to see higher is just an inversion, just some sort of entry, right? If we inverse this, I'm straight up taking it. I'm curious if we have a bit of a better candle, or this has the sessions fucked, which I don't really like. Um, some candles have gaps in it, and I don't really like reading into gaps that much. So this looks a bit better, but I think our session's fucked again. Oh, it's not. Okay. So we can be trading Philip Nova. This one right here, Jared 30. We put it down here. Boom, boom. We do have this, so it's kind of ping pongy though. But I do want to see these buys. Boom. All we need, pretty much. So we have a stronger version. So we're gonna look at this. This is very strong for bearish cases. If it gets inversed, we're gonna continue higher. If it doesn't, we're most likely gonna continue lower. Also wanna watch. Jew already retraced here. We're also looking at buys, but it's just kind of iffy in a sense. A bit iffy. Does look decent for being short. I'm not sure though, so I'm probably gonna place another in just monetary UK here. From this moment on, we can watch Jew buys, but I'm not sure I necessarily want to take them. I want to see some liquidity right here. Here the range is too voided, so we need to see some liquidity getting raided before taking this buys. I wouldn't really buy straight off the bat because the range is too voided. It's different to DAX. See, DAX has some structure. On Jew, we just have a big ass price leg. Here it's a bit better. So here we don't need more. If we inverse, we're straight up just taking this trade. We don't need more. It's a very simple idea. We get like a 2 point something R. If we inverse, we're straight up just taking it instantly. This is a good trade. To into this buy side, that's our consistent move. We don't care about what happens or what if we reach towards higher time frame target or whatever. I really don't care. I just care about being consistent. So we're gonna see if we break straight out of the bat. We're about to open London. My bad. I thought we opened London, but I forgot that that DAX and UK are very very volatile on London open. So it depends. I would want to see a calm London, but I don't know. It looks like it's already initiated that break higher. We might even come for this though. Has potential of getting raided, but we look like we're already breaking. But sadly, we cannot enter right now. We need to wait for London open. We need to wait for one more candle anyways, so we need to wait for the London open candle and then we can consider taking it. Like this is just forced and it's not inversed yet, so yeah, this just looks like a good trade. I'm down on trading it. I'm not sure about Jew though. I still think I want to see some structure here. It's just both of the ranges are too voided. I do want to see like some equal lows, then sweep, then go higher. We can also buy straight off the bat from here, but it's not like a lot of bearish momentum, so it's not necessarily needed, but we do have that 50-minute AVG, and I really don't want to gamble here. Okay, that's a good start. I'm probably just gonna execute on this. If we close, my bad. If we even retrace, that's the thing. Here around here is gonna be my entry. I'm just opening my phone and seeing risk. How much risk? Because on PC I cannot really do it. But we need of course we need the candle to close above. That's our idea. Boom. Buy limit. Stop loss below the low. I'm waiting for this candle to close and then I'm gonna execute. We need 3 lots. Ooh, too much. 2.5. 2, I think. 2 lots, yeah, but we're rejecting very bearish for now, so we're gonna wait a bit more. You don't really see it, but on MD4, yeah, now we see it. We rejected pre-bearish UK we can short off here, but I just wouldn't really prefer shorting here. We're gonna see, but I wouldn't. We can short. We can definitely short here, but I'm gonna watch. I don't know. For now, I don't really like it, and see how bearish Jill rejected. I don't like these. Neither I do like AU. I would still like buys a bit more on AU here. So we're gonna see. We have a lot of potential pairs. I still like the Jew, the DAX part. This looks a bit bearish. I'm not gonna like this reaction, but it's just London Open, so we gotta really wait and see. Because it doesn't mean like this reaction right here doesn't mean the trade gets invalidated. Of course, I mean if we inverse this, we will straight up just sell on UK. But stop loss is enormous, and our main target can be here. So sadly, this stop loss only allows for 1 hour, so we can't do it. We can't. Okay, that's a good start. We're looking, even on G, we're looking like we're forming the higher low and starting to break higher, which is good. We have the same confluence. We all just want to see this get inversed. Let's watch our part here because it's faster. So we have, how do I, the fuck do I draw? Okay. We have this zone that I'm looking for us to inverse. If we inverse again, I'm entering on the same criteria, pretty much. DAX I like the most. Jew, maybe a failed swing or higher low, some shit. I need to see more confluence here on Jew. UK, we're not trading. EU, I would be preferring buys here to target this buy side. So we're gonna see. We have a lot of potential pairs, but um, they're not all worthy to be traded in a sense. We get our 2R, that's all we need if we get this trade. Pretty low resistance high. I'm really confident that at this point we're reaching into these highs. It's just about really timing. That's what I also realized. The first part is trade selection, selecting, okay, this is the trade I'm taking, this is the trade I'm taking, choosing the best trades. Second is having a plan. Okay, on this pair I'm waiting for this, for this, for this and that. And then it's just adapting. There's a lot of adapting to do as an intuitive trader, and then it's just adapting and yeah, choosing the best decision every time and not forcing trades. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to get across. Like, it's most of it is just drawing liquidity. That's what I realized with time. Like, the most important part and the part that makes me win the most trades is just having a solid draw on liquidity, having a solid narrative for price, or having a high conviction bias that, okay, we're reaching into this. That's the first step of having a trade. The second step is timing and entry. For me, this looks like shit, so I'm not gonna enter it. This break looks like shit. Even if it works, we like this place. So maybe if we form a gap here higher, I'm considering it. But like this, I think it just looks like a shit break. So unless I see a bullish gap form around here, I'm not taking this trade. The second part is timing and entry. Like, timing is entry, right? Our idea gets significantly smaller, which is not great. Can we sacrifice? No, not really. We cannot really sacrifice, which is pretty shit. Our stop loss can be below this inversion, but I wouldn't trust that. Okay, we're not reaching into that inversion. Stalin, Stalin, Stalin. They're all kind of Stalin. So this entry, sadly, we cannot take. It's just too iffy. We don't have displacement. We don't have anything. We might still hold, of course, this inversion, but it's just not an entry I would take here. It's the definition of a forced entries, and you have no idea how much forced trades you're gonna skip to on the road of becoming profitable. You have realistically no idea how much money avoiding forced trade is making you, right? I have no idea how much money is actually making you. It's making you a lot of money because most of the forced trades are failing on the long term. I would say we're actually better here. We might get a reaction and then we drawn lower. This wasn't bad necessarily for bearish entry, but we need, even for bearish entry, we need that retracement here. I don't really, why would I be down on, we have 50-minute VG and we're looking to target lower, which is our trend. So our VG Yeah, I think we can look lower, but we can only look for this Asian low, I would say. But we do want to see us retracing back into this London open high here. Euro inversed, okay. Okay, wait, so 50-minute FVG to 50-minute inversion. Ooh, this is actually pretty clean on taking price lower, so boom, let's see. But I do want to see a retracement. Yeah, this is better. This is better. We have a inversion. We don't really have an hourly PI though, but we have a 50-minute right here. 50-minute to 50-minute, we can look to be reaching into the slow, but higher time frame. Where are we drawing exactly? Oh, this inversion is not tapped, so we can probably target the slow considering the rejection we got. Um, we're a bit likely to reach this low and this draw overall. So also Euro looks pretty decent. Could have even shorted here. This is a weak break, so I'm gonna wait for that retest. See, we would have just gotten stopped out here if I would have forced the trades. There's a lot of forced trades happening in the market on a daily basis, or forced entries, however you want to call it. I'm thinking, okay, so we're already inversing here on UJ. Yeah, this can also be a trade, so we're gonna watch. Euro is decent. I'm reaching lower, at least intraday. As I said, when I was looking at it, I saw lower prices. I'm just not sure um, if I should be looking to draw lower into liquidity getting taken into this FVG right here. That's the thing. I'm not sure about that, but we're gonna see. Let's see on the retest here how it behave. We're gonna watch these first. Here I want to see a stronger close and retrace, and then we like to target these highs. Jew, it just looks iffy. I don't like Jew. I don't like UK. UK looks like it's gonna break lower, but it's a very short idea. So let's see if Euro carries on off the retest here. I would like to target that Asian lows and just be done for the day. We have 50-minute to 50-minute. I would like to see this grab, but we're overall very bearish. We should be reaching towards that low, but we might just react. So we're gonna see. It's a good start. We're seeing this bearish idea, and we get our 1.6 something, 1.75. That's all we can really do here. We can even target it slow, I would say, arguably. So in this case, most consistent areas overall this consolidation here. If we look at the most consistent area where we should be taking our profits, so a bit below Asian low, so we can actually stretch a bit to maybe even get that to our. Yeah, this is a case where I would consider stretching. In a sense, DAX looks bearish here. Probably gonna be looking at Euro if we of course break. And to see that inversion, this is gonna be our entry. I'm gonna open my phone as well, because on my fund that I'm gonna execute on my phone, Euro USD. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm also preparing my, where is, you need to see that break below. Oops. If you don't see the break below, we ain't trading this shit. Stop loss would be above the highs here. Take profit would be Asian lows. We're reacting pretty bullish for now. Hopes open ocean. I still trust Dax, so we just gotta give it a bit more time. For now, this becomes a very important FVG. This one right here. If we break it and if we break this as well, I'm taking this. UJ, we want to see a retracement. G, we don't want to trade. We did end up being bearish here, which was intuitively what I thought, but yeah. UK still struggling. AU looking like it's gonna be bearish, but I'm not sure I want to be bearish here. It's looking good. See how this gap forms though. It looks a bit better on being bearish. I'm just not sure if I want to be part of it. We don't have a lot of opposing PDRA and the area is pretty voided overall, so I don't know, but I would prefer Euro here, even if it's technically stronger in a sense. Euro doesn't have sell side getting taken except this high, but on AU we have even lower time for liquidity getting taken. I can say I really like this break here. Let me move this to my second monitor so I can see if we break lower, but for now it's a very choppy break. Yeah, I would call this relatively forced trade because this mitigated. A 4 hour is very likely for us to be seeing some bullish intent off here, and we don't have a draw. We have too many POIs here. I wouldn't really consider this a draw. It's a stretch in a sense, but yeah, it's weird. We have this consolidation here, which is what we usually hold, so it does depend. Euro now it's looking like it's breaking, but I'm not sure about this break. If we close strong, I'm considering taking it. It matters really how we close here. We're forming a pretty nice gap right there. Okay, got rejected instantly, so yeah, we're getting invalidated here. And AU looks like it's gonna print bullish. And oh yeah, I'm looking at these buys. I do like, as I said, I do like buys more here on AU. So coupled with this inversion in the 50-minute FVG here, if we manage to break, it's gonna be pretty good. DAX ended up kind of printing very short. As soon as I saw that liquidity rate, I kind of thought about it, but it doesn't mean the idea is over necessarily. And weird enough, UK is bullish. The weaker pair is bullish and the stronger pair is bearish. Weird. Yeah, I think this is not really in great context. The Euro trade, UG still looks good to me. I still like this UG trade, even if we didn't reach into soul side. We have this really nice consolidation. Now we're followed up by a 50-minute inversion. We did take this high, which can make it slightly risky for us to be considering drawing higher, but we do have a very big void above our highs, so I'll be down. Euro's reacting bullish. Also DAX is reacting bullish. Is good at this point in DAX. I'm looking at a failed swing, so the idea on DAX still stands. Probably these are the best ideas. DAX and UJ are probably the best ideas for today. Euro just looks iffy. I don't like taking the short. The entry got rejected massively here. It just, I don't know. Maybe for the personal, I would be down to take this. But on the funded, hell no. For the personal, I would do it. For the funded, I wouldn't because the entry is dog shit and it's just an iffy trade. Boom. Okay. Boom. We did this on the personal, but I wouldn't even look at the trade too much because we gotta focus on the rest. It's an iffy break, that's why I'm taking it on the personal. Maybe I shouldn't have. It's technically a force trade. I should probably be practicing consistency on both the accounts. Really, but yeah. And we're looking to draw towards these Asian lows. That's our target. Because if you think about it, this is what I would consider a force trade in a sense. For now it's looking decent, but we got feel like right here. I don't think this was worthy um, for the fund because we took higher time frame low, and it's very risky to be shorting. Same as UG, it's risky to be shorting here, but um, yeah, and I wouldn't have executed anyways. This is a choppy entry, so on this entry I wouldn't have executed on the funded pretty much anyways. But we are in the personal, which is all good. Look like we're melting. I wouldn't have taken this entry on the funded as well, but yeah, it's all good though. Oh my god, we're fucking melting. Jesus Christ, Lane. What is little bro doing? He's being so serious about this meltdown. I just wanna say do a small change here. That's almost our TP's almost already getting hit. Geo melted, UJ display, so I'll think about this. Maybe I should have market executed, but I'm not sure. We reach Asian lows. We're almost at take profit. I wanna let it stretch a bit just to get that 2R. I don't think for now it's greed, but we will see. I think we would reach slightly deeper if we don't. My bad, chief. But we didn't reach Asian lows anyways. We were very close to it. Very, very close. Maybe we should have taken it off funded. I don't know. I don't think so. Because of that entry. It's a risk I would just take on the funded, on the personal. But we're fucking melting, okay. We're almost getting our TP hit here. Okay, we got our TP. What's this? What was this trade? God damn, it was basically TP in 3 minutes. Oh my god, bruh. God damn, we be growing that person pretty crazy. What was this trade, bro? It's like a fever dream. Maybe I will think about it and look whether I should have taken it or not, but we just made pretty bonkers size on we made like $10 on the trade. Yeah, we could have probably left it run towards the higher time frame target, but as I said, right now I'm really focused on consistency. I don't really care about a bonus 1 hour or whatever, but okay, I guess. Should we take in the market execution on the funded? That's what I'm thinking, because we would have been done for the day in like a couple minutes. Hi, bro. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I would have taken this on the funded. If you look at it, entry was really bad. We had this rejection, but maybe on the close lower though. I'm thinking. I mean, for me, it was clear that we're bearish, yeah, and we're probably gonna reach into this low as I initially thought, but I don't know. Yeah, we could have left it run a bit more. Sometimes they stroll, even though you're looking for consistency. When you have such a clear draw on liquidity, you should just leave it. This is the most consistent decision in a sense, but look at this shit, bro. God damn. Okay. So it would have hit 3.5R, but I'm still fine on being consistent here. We got 2R in 3 minutes. Not even that. 3 minutes, yeah. But I don't know whether I should have taken this on the footed. The entry is choppy, that's why I took it only on the personal. So I think long term, if you look at the situation, yeah, we rejected here, but maybe on the close here. But the entry is choppy. Look at this, we had very chop. We had no displacement here. We had a massive doji candle here rejecting off the AVG. Then we just closed below, and the only impulse we got was here. Yeah, the entry is choppy. You cannot really argue with that. Oh shit. The entry is choppy, and we should have left it run a bit more. At least for a personal, we should not be scared. I feel like consistency matters a bit more on funded. Like here, I feel like here we could have left this one. I mean, it just was a couple minutes. It was 2 more minutes, and price would have hit a TP. But yeah, and Dax ended up flipping bearish, which is what it is. This was our opportunity um, for London that fast. Okay, so UK also ended up breaking lower. I just don't know. This is too small of an idea for me to take the 1 hour. Can't really do it. Neither AU okay. AU ended up breaking as well. But yeah, this was our day. This looks good. That's gonna be lower, but I'm not gonna take a 1 hour. I think this is still the most consistent decision. This entry was chop, so taken on a personal fine, we made $10. We could have made not triple, double if we would have just let price run towards hard target and target. But as I said, right now I'm just focused on consistency, so that's the only thing that really matters to me at this point. But could have probably taken it on the fund. I don't know. I'm still gonna think about it. But we just grew this account. This account was at $30. Yesterday we took pretty big dubs. We took $20 on 20 something on gold, and we did take 10 today on euro. Could have been, if 10 at 2R, we could have been at least 15. Oh no, like 17, 18 if we would have just let it run. But it's all good though. I don't really care about money. I care about consistency. The Sirskis, because this can backfire. This right here can backfire. Yesterday, when I was in a short on gold, I didn't stream it. I was really bumpy, really bad mental. I was in this gold trade. I think I streamed it a while, but the TP was here, right? Not here, here. I knew this since I started the trade. This is where we have liquidity. This was a highly resistant area, unlikely to be drawn to that. But what did I do? I tried stretching it to a higher time frame target, and then price backfires and reversed on me. So I think it backfires, but it depends a lot on context. Like here we have a lot of resistance. We were bullish on gold. It's just way different context. Here on euro, we just had low resistance, and we were extremely fucking bearish. So I think in a case like euros here, when we're low resistance, yeah, we should leave it, but something hard to develop. But yeah, yeah, I'm still gonna work on this. For now, I really think my focus should be on consistency, on taking trades like this every single day, our 10 pip move every single day, and taking consistent. And then after I get really consistency down, then I can focus a bit more on refining, on letting my profits run a bit more. I feel like right now it shouldn't be my focus to really focus on runners. Not really, maybe 80% and 20, but shouldn't really be my focus today. So this kind of looks like it's it for London though. I would like us to retrace somewhere here, but I'm not sure we're gonna do that. Yeah, this UK trade looks like it's gonna work. Yeah, it's just now we're probably gonna be at higher, but we don't have an idea to look for this counter trend trade, and neither do we on euro. We don't have internal liquidity. We cannot really target anything. So this is pretty much, yeah, the session being over. We just all this place. Maybe we're gonna get, the only thing I really see another potential is if DAX retraces towards this. We retrace and then continue lower. Yeah, this was it for today. This was a dub that we took. Could have left it a bit more. Made, as I said previously how much we made. It's all good. I skipped this on the funded because the entry was really chopped, and I took it only on the personal, which is all good. That we still made money today, right? On the personal, we were making money. It's not like the funded where you're just passing a phase. Now on this one, we're making money, so we made decent amount of money. This account is almost at 100 now, which is kind of nice because I had this target in mind. I had 100 in mind, and I want to keep growing this account. This account I'm gonna keep trading no matter what really happens. And yeah, that's pretty much it. On the funded, we're just gonna focus on quality here. I don't know. I'm gonna study this, but I don't think. I'm gonna think about this, but yeah. I'm gonna see you in New York. This is our session. Like, this is the power of trading. But sometimes in trading, you're done in 30 fucking minutes. Not 30 minutes, 26. You're done. You made 2 hour or maybe even 3 hour in 20 fucking minutes, and you're done for the day. You made your fucking bread. You're done. I mean, for the fun that this was my idea. I'm definitely not gonna look to force any trades here. Um, Maybe the UK trade, maybe, but I'm not sure though. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna force anything. Already took this dub, even if it's not on the fund. That it's usually when I take my day off. So, yeah, it's usually when I take my day off. So we're gonna see though. I don't plan on taking any trades in this London though. I don't think it's a good decision. I just care about being consistent. Maybe UK, if we do retrace now into this inversion, we can have a better R. For example, if we retrace, we give an entry, we have better R and we can still target that low, so that would be great. So I'm gonna leave the stream open just for this, in case we're getting our retracement here before reaching into sell side. And this is my only idea. If we're getting it, we're getting it. Otherwise, I wouldn't really be trading. Neither I would trade DAX. DAX would just have too much buy side. UJ just reached our buy side, so we don't really care about this anymore. It invalidated the idea. Our idea has already played out. Euro's idea has already played out. Euro idea has already played out. Pretty much all the ideas are already played out. And that's kind of when you need to step on the bench, unless of course UK retraces. If it reaches the sell side before retracing, our idea has played out once again. So yeah, well, I'm gonna wait on this. This is gonna be the last thing, and I'm gonna wait for the stream. I'm gonna go drink a bit of coffee until that happens. Again, still W. Sad it was not on the funded though, but I'm gonna think about it. So I still don't necessarily think it was a bad decision to do, but I'm gonna think about it. And this is the only thing I'm waiting for here. We got back. Like this is what it's all about. Being consistent. It was what always was about. Let's see. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait. When if we hit the alert, I'm coming back. For now, I'm just drinking coffee. So. gonna see, but we need some time here. We need some time. So, yeah, this didn't end up paying out. I just wanted to talk real quick about what am I doing that actually is making me profitable. And if you guys been wondering, so I just completely rewired my brain to a point where I only care about being consistent. Let's just see. Okay, hey, you broke, but yeah, I rewired my brain to be consistent. Why and how, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. On this day right here. Remember, I took the trade on the personal and didn't take it on the funded. What part would you celebrate? What part would you celebrate? Would you celebrate you taking this win on the personal, or would you celebrate skipping the trade on the funded? Well, it's funny, but I'm actually celebrating me skipping the trade on the funded. Why? Because this is clearly a forced trade. It's clearly a forced trade. There's no ifs and buts about it, right? So I'm celebrating the thing that is gonna bring me more money long term, which is being consistent, right? I don't know how to put this, but I just rewired my brain to see consistency as a win, no matter what really happens with the trade, with the day. No matter if there's a win, there's a loss, there's a losing the funded, or whatever happens. I just care about being consistent, right? This I made somehow hack my dopamine system to the point where I don't get dopamine from wins. I get dopamine from staying consistent, and that's a self-reinforcing loop. So every time, like today, I am consistent and I don't force a trade, I reinforce that identity, and next time it's gonna be even easier for me to not force a trade and stay consistent. You get what I mean? So it all came from the psychological hack of me building a reinforcing loop and switching my mindset to the point where I only care about being consistent in what, not forcing trades, taking the best decision, taking the best entries, placing my stop loss consistently in the best area, taking my profit where is the most consistent area is, and all these things. And these things compound into profitability, because when you focus from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep, when your focus is on being consistent, is inevitably to be consistent. And you guess what being consistent in your trading gets you? It gets you consistent profitability. It's a very simple equation. Consistent approach in trading gets you consistent profitability. That's it. And that's how I hacked my brain to the point where I only care about consistency. And why would you do this? Well, I'm doing this because what truly gets you money in the market? Being consistent, right? So if you know that what gets you money in trading, which we all want, is a consistent approach, why would you focus on money and not the consistent approach, right? Because the money is just a byproduct of a consistent approach. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just full focusing on being consistent, because in reality, that's the only thing that matters, and money will just come as a byproduct. And I'm gonna give also a cheat code that I use to make this loop even stronger and even easier to stay consistent. Of course, we all have these desires for money, desires for passing the account, from recovering from drawdown, from taking a trade, and all these things, right? Even now I want to recover my funded account, but you know what I'm doing with all these desires? I'm taking them and putting them on the process. So for example, okay, I want to, oh my god, I wanna recover this funded account, I wanna get out of drawdown. But what I say to myself is, well, if you wanna recover from drawdown, just be relentlessly consistent in your process. If you are relentlessly consistent in your process, you're gonna pass the account as a byproduct. And I'm putting all this desire, all this pressure into staying consistent, because being consistent is what gets you money into trading. I don't know if this makes sense, but this area is, most of it is psychological, and to truly be consistent, to get from break even to profitable, it's psychological. Most of it is psychological. I didn't expect it, but it's psychological. It's really reaching into consistency, right? That's what profitability really feels like. And building this self-reinforcing loop today, that I skipped this trade, now I want to skip a bad trade even harder. I'm not gonna get tempted, because I don't know, this just, I got reinforced today because I skipped this bad trade. Even if you won, don't get fooled by the market. The market sometimes rewards bad habits and sometimes punishes good ones. So sometimes the market, you might see this work, this is a bad habit, you might see this work and say, oh my god, this is a good trade, I should have taken it on the funded, and then you start slipping and start reinforcing bad habits. In trading, you always have to think about the long term, right? About the long term. Okay, is this trading in the long term gonna work? The answer is no. The answer is no. So you don't get fooled about the work the market is doing when you're having a bad habit. For the personal, I'm gonna take if your entries because it's a personal, but don't let this get reinforced. What matters is still consistency and still keeping skipping 4 trades, right? I hope I made something clear here. I hope you guys can get a view a bit on what it takes to be profitable. If you are along your journey right now, this is what you need to go through to turn profitable. You need to reach a point where you're just relentlessly obsessed with being consistent from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, because that will get you money as a byproduct, right? That will get you money as a byproduct. And there's also a lot of psychological things, like in the moment me taking profit here might look like I trimmed my profit and I took profit off the table, but in the long term what I'm telling you is that I'm actually making money, more money with doing this rather than living this, because there's going to be a lot of trades that do this, more trades than this one, and just reverse of our take profit. So even if in the moment it looks like I took profit off the table, in the long term this is what makes me money, because this is consistency. Taking that 2 hour move, that's all I need, and that's not what I'm focusing on, because this is how I turned an 80-90% win rate on the personal account. So I hope you guys, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this, but this is what I'm going through. I'm probably gonna make a video on this as well, but yeah, this is how we turn the personal account is looking pretty well. We're almost at 100. I want to keep growing this account, maybe even to 1k at some point. Probably the next target after 100 is gonna be 300 or 500, then it's gonna be 1k, and I just want to keep growing it, right? I just want to keep growing it, because at this point I'm a really good trader, and I'm always gonna say that, even though sometimes it doesn't look. And you guys, even if you're in your journey, you know you're a good trader, but your results don't show up, just don't show, right? Don't reflect. And the reason, most of the time, the reason for that is because you're not consistent enough for your trades to compound, right? For your results to compound. That's in trading. You need to be consistent for you to reach profitability. You need to be executing in the same way, in a consistent way, for at least 1 month for results to catch up on. But until now, I haven't really executed that consistently on the long term. I had streaks of profitability, and every time I had these streaks of profitability, there was one thing in common. I was relentlessly focused on the process and on being consistent in the process. So that's where it all comes from. If you have that mindset in mind, you're gonna it's inevitable to not turn profitable. If you have that in mind, it's inevitable to turn profitable. So keep that in mind, please. And the sooner you're going to be obsessed with being consistent in your approach or in your process, the sooner you're going to turn profitable. And trust me on this one, because I've been through this journey. So this was it for today. Slightly 4 trade. We took a win, but we're not celebrating the win. We're celebrating the fact that we skipped a 4 trade on the break even. Remember that, it's really important.